I'm Emily, a 25-year-old woman, and I'm the youngest of 3 siblings. I grew up in a family where I felt like I was invisible, a background character in my own life. My parents were wealthy and socially active, always doting on my older brothers, Jason and Michael. Meanwhile, I was more like the forgotten book collecting dust on a high shelf. From as far back as I can remember, it was clear I wasn't a priority. Jason, the oldest, was the golden boy, smart, charming, and the one everyone bragged about at family gatherings. Michael, the middle child, was the fun, athletic one who had an endless stream of friends and trophies. I was just there. One of the earliest memories that cemented this was when I was 9. School had ended early because of a storm, and the teachers made sure every kid had a ride home. My name was the only one left on the checkout sheet as I sat on the school steps in my rain-soaked uniform. I waited for hours, watching the rain turn into a downpour and feeling the water soak through my shoes. Eventually, the janitor came out and asked if someone was coming for me. I told him they must be running late, but by then it was dark. I had no phone and no one left to call. After walking home in the pouring rain, I opened the door to find my mom flipping through a magazine. She barely looked up and said something like, "Oh, you're back. Dinner's in the fridge." My dad wasn't even home, and my brothers were playing video games in the living room. No one apologized or seemed to care. That wasn't the last time, either. They forgot to pick me up at school so often that my teachers started offering to drive me home themselves. It wasn't just about school rides, though. The neglect was everywhere. Birthday parties were half-hearted affairs where my mom invited her friends and their kids, not mine. Once, I overheard her telling a friend that she didn't bother asking me who to invite because Emily doesn't really have friends. Jason and Michael weren't any better. Jason would tease me whenever I tried to share something about my day, like when I got a good grade or made a new friend. Michael would roll his eyes and tell me to stop trying so hard to be noticed. At one point, I just stopped talking to them altogether because no matter what I said, it would turn into a joke. The extended family knew what was going on, but they always made excuses. My aunts would tell me I needed to be good or make your parents proud and they'll come around. Once I confided in my Aunt Sarah that I felt like I didn't belong in my family. She told me to be patient and that parents are just stricter with daughters. Looking back, I don't think she even believed what she said. Things hit a breaking point during high school. I worked hard to make up for what I lacked at home, throwing myself into academics and extracurriculars. My grades were near perfect, and I even got a spot as valedictorian for my graduating class. I sent out invitations to the ceremony, but my parents didn't RSVP. On graduation day, I scanned the crowd as I gave my speech, but their seats were empty. Later, I found out they had gone to one of Michael's basketball games instead. It wasn't even a championship game, just a regular season match. That moment solidified what I already knew. I wasn't a part of their world. They didn't care about my achievements or my life. When it came time for college, I applied to schools far away, knowing I'd need to do this on my own. Despite their wealth, my parents didn't offer a dime to help with tuition or living expenses. Jason got a new car when he graduated, and Michael had his dorm fully paid for, but for me, nothing. I got by with scholarships, part-time jobs, and loans. Living on my own was a challenge at first, but it was also the first time I felt free. I got a job at a bookstore, where the owner, Mrs. Kensington, became like a mother figure to me. I also started therapy, something I'd never have considered back home. My therapist, Dr. Morales, helped me see that their neglect wasn't my fault. Despite all this, my parents started guilt-tripping me for not visiting. They'd leave passive-aggressive voicemails about how I was too busy for family or how they missed me. This was laughable,